Hi, my name is Megan, and Oshi and I are going to be showing you how to make a Craftsman 3x5 shed. Something to remember before you get started is that it does not come with a base, so go ahead and check the directions on how to build a base before you get started.
So this is Megan building her Craftsman shed. She's right now working on the roof and getting those top beams secured, putting the screws in. There are two beams and then a front edge piece that's very confusing in the instructions, but it appears you put them in sideways. Hey Yoshi, you're going to be in the video. And then you put the screws in sideways. It's hard to tell from this video. There's an S piece that goes up and hooks into this area right here. We had previously put in the floor, created a foundation out of brick and slate. And this is section D. You put that in first, you slide it down and push it back into place. It went into place really easily. Then we hooked up section E. Pushed that down into place. The instructions are pretty clear there. And then did the same for the right side with C. And then D. Hooked them together. And then there's these fancy little screws that you just screw in, and a tool comes with it. Put those in. And the sides go up very easily. So thank you, Craftsman. Alright, looks like we're ready for the next step. And again, here's that front piece, and you can see the S. This was the most confusing part of the instruction so far, was getting this piece on. Now we're getting ready to put in some other clips. That piece is down on the front. Megan's now moved on to step 13, and she's looking at these L brackets, and they're labeled L. She's in the process of just setting them around on the locations the instructions tell her to put them. And then we're supposed to use these clips to tighten them in. So we'll see how that goes. Alright, Megan's got this fancy tool that came with it. She's tightening it down. Don't torque it, so you just tighten it down as tight as you can, and then you move to the next one. Tightening. Oshi's over here eating a stick. He was helping earlier, but now just eating a stick. So Megan's screwing down the last one on the top. It says to have 2 people help build this shed. She started out with Oshi, but he got a little bored, so she called me and said, can you come help, since Oshi wasn't being too helpful. Alright, so we got step 14 here. These brackets that you put on the doors. You can see they go facing in to catch the doors. There's 2 of them. Last screw. Oops. So Megan's got the roof on. The one thing you have to do is make sure this all lines up. You got these roof trusses in each piece. In the back, you have to push down to make sure they lined up. That one actually probably needs to be pushed again. And then we will insert, she will insert the screws. Alright, just adding the assembly pieces. Alright, so all the screws are in place in the roof, and the next part is the assembly of the doors. And there are these pieces here, and they say you need to put those bottom, make sure those bottom parts are down in the bottom. So let's see how this goes. Putting in the, pop that sucker in, and you have to make sure it's going the correct direction. Just use a screwdriver or something. Good. There we go. All right, just make sure you put it on the outside of the shed when you're putting that piece on. Clicks in on the outside. Box. And just come in a box. And we gotta figure out how to get them on here. So the next big step, we've heard this is the hardest part in reading some things online, so let's see how this goes. All right, we're starting with the G door. And we're gonna figure out how to get this hinge on. Slide it on there. So Megan's installing the hinge mounts. You slide them up and just turn them into place. So you push the clips in, all three. You get them all three on, push them all three in, and the door's in place. You should be able to swing it back and forth. So we're now up to step 19, and you can see that we're going to put screw GG in each of the hinges. We decided to screw them in by hand, just so we didn't overdo it. You can see it's coming through there. One more at the bottom. Got it. All right, the last door. She's really strong. And this is right door F. Just lay it up there and she'll put on the the door into place. Megan lifts the door into place, and you gotta slip and slide every once in a while. Where's Oshi? Oshi, come here and help. Right, then you just push them in, and they clip into place. Each one. Check and make sure they're tight. All right, you line them up. Sometimes it takes a little doing to get them lined in there. Tighten them down. We got hung up for a second that the hinge wasn't quite aligned, so we had to wiggle it to get it to line up so the screw would go in. So if you have any trouble with the screw lining up, just wiggle the hinge a bit, or make sure it's in securely. All right, we're up to step 20, the hinges. So let's see how this goes. Megan's prepping the hinges over here. We're going to put them on the door. Megan's starting by getting them lined up. Just hand tightening them. Want to make sure you put the lock piece toward the center so you can add a deadbolt lock if you want to. Alright, we're going to tighten down. Alright, one done. On to the next one. And we got the last one on, and the door's closed. Oshi's happy. Lines up okay at the top, gets a little tighter at the bottom. A little give there. And there it is. The shed is done. Oshi arrives just in time to help finish up.
Finish the shed, and it only took about 2 hours. There's 3 things that we kind of messed up on or had to correct. So the first one was when we originally were putting in these screws, you want to make sure you only put the bottom 3 in. We originally put this top one in, but that actually we had to take back out and put it in once you put these hooks in here. The second thing you want to remember is this part up here, this metal part right here. It took us a little while to figure out how to put this on and what direction it went and which side of the shed it goes, but it does go on the front of the shed, and it has the hook that comes down over top of the front. The last part that it took us a little while to figure out is just to make sure that when you're putting on these locks that it's 2 parts, and that you want to make sure that when you're putting it in, this part that hangs down comes on the inside of the shed, and that your little lever is on the outside. But other than that, it was all good, and we finished. Well, we got it all loaded up. I hope this video helps if you're trying to build this shed.